What's up, my good peoples? You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all taking care of yourself today. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what to do. Like, share, and comment. Smash that doorbell for me, baby. You heard me. And keep God first, baby, over everything. So, on the note, my good people, I'm gonna let this video take off. Let's like catch it by the end, baby. Let's go.
Upset. He was pissed off at Diddy's attorney because
it's what she didn't say under oath that's about to blow the lid off the music industry.
Allegations that have become shockingly familiar against Diddy in recent months as he has faced lawsuit after lawsuit from women and men who have accused him.
Bound by trial rules, Dawn couldn't spill it all. But off the record, she's making it clear that Clive and Diddy didn't just ruin careers, they engineered exploitation behind closed doors. So let's get started. Combs's bombshell sex trafficking and racketeering trial exploded into chaos. And the spark? None other than former Danity Kane star Dawn Richard, whose jaw-dropping testimony sent shockwaves through the gallery.
One in particular, she told about a time when Cassie Ventura was making eggs for Sean Combs at his house. Dawn Richard was there along with Kalina Harper. They were in a trio with Sean Combs.
With calm fury, Dawn ripped the glamorous mask right off Diddy's empire, exposing the darkness lurking beneath the designer suits and red carpets. She didically abusing his then-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura.
And she saw Sean Combs come down, attempt to hit Cassie with a frying pan, and then saw him drag her upstairs, and she heard the sounds of beating.
Cassie, who spent 4 days last week recounting a nightmare of alleged beatings, control, and manipulation during her decade-long relationship with Combs, now has a powerful witness backing her up. And if Dawn's words are just the tip of the iceberg, the full truth could drag Diddy and the music moguls who protected him straight to hell. The courtroom fell into a stunned silence as Dawn Richard recounted a harrowing 2009 incident at Sean Diddy Combs' Los Angeles mansion. A moment that stripped away any lingering illusions about the music mogul's true nature. According to Richard, she saw Combs lash out in a fit of rage, attempting to strike Cassie Ventura with a skillet before brutally kicking and beating her.
Claimed at one point that Diddy had hit Cassie with a skillet and said, quote, he said you could go missing, that we could die.
And it didn't stop there. Richard claimed that the very next day, Combs delivered a chilling threat to her and another witness, warning them to stay quiet. His exact words? "Where I come from, people go missing if they say things like that, if they talk." Let that sink in. On the stand, Richard didn't hold back. She told the court that this wasn't an isolated incident. Far from it. She said she frequently saw Combs be violent toward Ventura, often spotting Cassie with visible injuries. Holes in Richard's account by highlighting inconsistencies in her timeline of the brutal 2009 skillet incident.
20 minutes in, Diddy's team immediately started objecting to her testimony. Now, the reason why they are objecting is because they're trying to say not even trying, he literally said in court, Diddy's attorney, that everything Dawn is saying is a lie.
But the attempt to discredit her couldn't erase the impact of her testimony, or the fact that she has a pending civil lawsuit against Combs, making it clear she's not backing down anytime soon. Dawn Richard didn't just testify, she detonated a bomb in that courtroom. Taking the stand with unflinching resolve, she told jurors that Sean Diddy Combs threatened to kill her if she dared speak out about witnessing him abuse Cassie Ventura. According to Richard, he told her and another woman who saw the assault that we could
missing. So the story goes, Dawn Richard said she witnessed abuse, and she said that Combs said, you will go missing.
Richard says she began fearing for her physical safety after she and Kalina Harper went to Combs' home in Los Angeles. Combs came into the kitchen and began berating Ventura for not cooking his eggs correctly, proceeding to throw a pan at her and drag her upstairs, the lawsuit claims. The next day, Combs allegedly bought Richard and Harper flowers and said what they had witnessed was just a lover's argument where no one was hurt. If you say anything, there will be consequences. Richard and Harper both tried to encourage Ventura to leave Combs, and were allegedly met with a litany of threats from him, such as, "You want to die today," and "I end people." According to the complaint, Richard also saw the late Kim Porter, Combs' former girlfriend and the mother of several of his children, leaving a recording studio crying, with face injuries. When Assistant U.S. Attorney Mitzi Steiner asked what she believed that meant, Richard didn't flinch. That we could die. This wasn't some vague warning, it was a death threat, dropped like a casual comment from a man who knew he had the power to make people disappear.
Took that as a death threat. So the defense then said, well, wait a minute, in 2020 and in 2021, you reached out to Combs to work with him again.
On other occasions, Richard alleges Combs pulled Ventura out of a van by her neck and pinned her to the ground, punched her in the face in the bathroom of a party, and punched her in the stomach at a dinner in front of several high-profile celebrities, including Interscope Records founder Jimmy Iovine. And what makes it even more disturbing? It happened right as Dawn was beginning to record with him as part of Dirty Money, the high-profile music project meant to launch her to superstardom. Instead of a breakthrough, she got a front-row seat to Combs' alleged reign of terror, backed by fear, violence, and silence. Sean Diddy Combs, alleging that the hip-hop mogul sexually assaulted her, deprived her of food and sleep, and refused to pay her fairly during her time working with him.
This newest lawsuit, this would probably only expedite or increase the amount of allegations and potential witnesses who could testify.
She claimed she saw Combs and his associates using illegal drugs, and Combs and his associates using illegal drugal acts with underage girls. Following his rise to fame, Mr. Combs' star-studded, larger-than-life persona overshadowed his vicious temper and pervasive acts of violence directed towards those in his inner circle, specifically women, the complaint said. It was a takedown of the entire machine that chewed her up and spit her out. According to Richard, her nightmare began in 2004 when she auditioned for Season 3 of Diddy's Making the Band, MTV's so-called reality show that behind the scenes looked more like a psychological and physical war zone than a music competition.
This Puff doing something is when two guys and two girls will go in the room.
During auditions, Ritz like fat, ugly, and B without a second thought. The abuse allegedly only escalated, and her bandmates were forced to rehearse for up to 48 hours straight, with no food, no rest, and no basic care. Richard said the pressure left her physically wrecked, drastic weight loss, rashes from the constant friction of the mic pack, and in one disturbing moment, she vomited from exhaustion, rising on a beach. But instead of offering medical help, MTV filmed it, turning her collapse into reality.
It's how he is.
Combs. By 2010, the damage had taken its toll. Richard was diagnosed with anemia, a dangerously low white blood cell count, and arthralgia, joint stiffness from overuse, infection, and sheer physical strain. Mr. Combs is shocked and disappointed by this lawsuit. In an attempt to rewrite history, Dawn Richard has now manufactured a series of false claims, all in the hopes of trying to get a payday, conveniently timed to coincide with her album release and press tour. Combs' attorney, Erica Wolf, said in a statement. Richard said in the complaint that Combs would often come into her dressing room unannounced. While she was working with a stylist, he would touch her butt and around her breasts to signal where the clothing should fall, according to the lawsuit. Combs also regularly asked her to strip down to her underwear in rehearsals, smacked Richard on the butt, and conducted meetings in only his underwear, the complaint alleges. If Richard rebuffed Combs' advances, he'd retaliate by leaving her off of songs and performances according to the complaint. Danity Kane disbanded in 2009, working with Combs as a member of the newly formed Diddy Dirty Money in the scenes. According to Dawn Richards' complaint, Combs called her demanding to know her whereabouts. Group member Kalena Harper arrived at the studio. Combs allegedly unleashed a tirade, berating them in front of others and hurling insults loud enough to draw attention from people in the lobby. Calming down, Combs allegedly balled his fist as if he was about to strike her. It was only when his bodyguard stepped in, escorted Richard out of the studio, and forced her into a car, allegedly locked inside the vehicle for several hours, isolated and shaken.
According to the lawsuit, that Richard says that she knew that Sean Combs was capable and some of the most heinous acts towards him.
What should have been a high-profile career moment turned into a scene straight out of a psychological hostage situation. One more alleged example of how power, fear, and control ruled Diddy's empire. Danity Kane. But things behind the scenes weren't as glamorous as they seemed.
Myself included, I looked up to him too, you know? So a lot of people don't want to believe that their hero can be this other person.
Making the Band was launched in 2000 on ABC.
13, what were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at.
Danity Kane singer Aubrey O'Day and Diddy had a rocky relationship during the MTV show, which culminated in her and bandmate Juanita D. Woods' removal from the group in 2008. The remaining members, Dawn Richard, Andrea Fimbres, and Shannon Bex, continued as a trio. Reflecting on her time on the reality TV show, Aubrey claims Diddy behaved in a way she believes he would not at all get away with these days. Diddy's a father.
Shit right now. I remember making a band. I used to watch the band. I'll never forget. I remember Fred when he was talking about Sarah, and he was going to hit Sarah. You feel me? So he had on splack Sarah, but I ain't know Diddy was splacking Sarah. You feel me? I hear you used to talk about Diddy and complain about certain things, but at the same time, she was messing around with Diddy. Ain't that crazy? You know what I'm saying? Cause Chopper, he used to be the main one, like chilling, fall back. Fred used to be the knucklehead. Him and the other dude named here. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, man, look here, man. Diddy is what he is, man. You feel what I'm saying, man? Whatever he get, that's what he deserve. You feel me? Everybody complain about him. Everybody coming out now because Cassidy. Everybody was scared except Cassidy. So now everybody want to say this and say that because Cassidy came through first. So you tell me Cassidy had the balls more than half of y'all women's. So when Cassidy say something, y'all want to pop out because he told y'all that threat. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Even though Clive, whatever his name is, the white man still. You feel what I'm saying? Him and Diddy, man, they do what time was. You feel what I'm saying? Diddy was taking people money, man, sitting back getting rich, dogging people out. I remember y'all used to run to get ice cream cake. You know what I'm saying? Y'all run all in the rain looking like a fool, trying to be a star, trying to be a celebrity. You feel me? I'm going to say this here. That's good for you. You feel what I'm saying? Doing all that crazy stunt moves. You know what I'm saying? You ain't no wrestling match. You ain't no stunt moves or nothing like that. You doing all that just to get a sign up for a deal. You know what I'm saying? With a person like Diddy. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all were doing the stupidest thing. I said to myself, I used to watch that. I said, man, I don't care what time it is. I ain't finna run get no ice cream cake for no nigga. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Believe me. You know what I'm saying? I can spit off the top of my head right now. But that ain't me no more. You feel me? I used to hang around some people in Miami that I know, and they know me. You feel me? But I ain't with all that celebrity status. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't with all that. You know what I'm saying? You want money, you make money. Depends on how you get the money. So it is what it is with all of them, man. You know what I'm saying? But everybody want to pop out like a toaster now, so you know what I'm saying? Maybe everybody get their justice. I don't know who lying or who telling the truth. I wasn't in there. You feel me? But Chopper break down a lot of things. I watched him on some type of platform. He was talking about it. He was sitting on the blue couch. And then I watched him one time when he was walking in New Orleans. And somebody was, you know what I'm saying, he was showing, you know what I'm saying, his lifestyle, what he did, how many times he got shot up and all that. You feel me? So On this note, my good people, you know what I'm saying? That's the end. I'm gonna scratch that. That's all I got for y'all, you know what I'm saying? But all this coming to the play for, so it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Diddy can deny a lot of stuff. But he don't made so many enemies, man, that he can't get rid of. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? On this note, my good people, I'm gonna scratch that. That's all I got for y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, share, comment, smash that doorbell for me, baby, you heard me? And keep God first, baby, over everything. So on the note, my good people, we gone.